everybody, my name is Simone and welcome to Simone's Bedtime Stories. Today we're not at the bed because my dad is going to give us an introduction of a new story called Ponniyin Selvan. Hi Daddy, I'm ready.
Hi Simone, you're ready?
Uh-huh. Today we're not at the bed.
Alright, so let's start, right? I mean, Ponniyin Selvan is a very interesting story. Okay? See,
and,
you
said you've already told me the Mahabharata that was about North India?
Exactly. So if you...
And now you're telling me about South India.
Exactly. So basically, right, this is how India looks, right? So this is how India looks and this is South India.
Is it you?
It's not, it's we, right?
Oh,
you can call it as we.
Yeah.
So this is how India looks, and what you learned or what you listened to was it's whatever happened about this, right? That's all called the northern part of India, right? So this is all southern part of India,
because north is up and south is down.
Exactly, yeah. So the importance of Ponniyin Selvan is it's a story of the Cholas. Right, there were so many different kings, so many different...
Their last name was Chola?
Dynasties. Not exactly there, the Chola clan, the Chola tribe, you can call it. Tribe is, that it's a group
community?
of something like that, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So why is it called Chola?
Come this
Why
way,
is
come
it called
stand
Chola?
here. It's just, that's their tribe people, I mean, that...
So their all
They
last
just-
names start with Chola or something?
Yeah, their last name start with Chola, and then it's just one family, right? One family that grew into this big community. So we are going to Ponniyin Selvan is the story of how Cholas, became really powerful and big, glorious kingdom, right?
They're all one kingdom or three different kingdoms?
One kingdom. Chola kingdom is one kingdom. So we need to set the stage for the story because you need to understand the geographical details.
And we didn't do this for Mahabharata.
Yeah, we didn't.
It was a little simple.
Yeah, we didn't exactly. We didn't do that for Mahabharata because there was not a whole lot of geography related things that were going on, right? There wasn't you weren't we learned about Kandaprastha, we learned about Indraprastha, and then we learned about a place called Pashupati, but there wasn't so much.
And we obviously learned about the five brothers.
Exactly. So, but there was not so much details because this you have to follow because two things. One is it will help you understand how glorious this Chola Empire was at some point of time, and also it will help you understand when we talk about different places. Hey, he went from India to Sri Lanka. Right, that is an island here. Actually, there is an island here called Sri Lanka. This is Sri Lanka, right? So you will understand all that. So that's the idea. That's the reason why I want to give a quick introduction so you understand this. See, basically, this is present Tamil Nadu. I mean, you can probably call this as present Tamil Nadu.
What does that mean?
This is a state like Georgia, right? Like how Georgia is a state in where? India, right?
Yeah. No, not India.
Where?
The US.
US. Right, so like that, Tamil Nadu is a state here in India. And yeah, and there is something called here there is something called probably it would be this would probably go like this, and this is called Kerala, right?
Yeah.
This is another state called Kerala. So this is
I know
like
one more state in India.
Yeah. So that is there is one more state called here there will be Karnataka, and then
so
there'll be I think it's somewhere like this, and then there is Andhra
India
Pradesh.
bigger or smaller than the US?
India is smaller than the US. It's probably about 1/4 or maybe not even 1/5 or 1/6 of the size of the US. US is so big.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so people here, the people that live here speak the language called Tamil.
Oh, that's what you speak.
Yeah, that's what I speak, right?
Yeah.
And then the people that live here speak this language called Malayalam.
Oh.
There is a fascinating thing about this word Malayalam.
What?
Whether you read it from this side or you read it from this side,
Oh, it'll just
same
say
thing.
the same. Malayalam.
Exactly, right? That's a cool one, right? So Karnataka, they speak this language called Kannada.
Oh, is that what Mom?
That's where Mommy is from. That's
Mommy
where Bangalore is.
Mommy speaks a little.
Mommy speaks a little. And then here, people from Andhra Pradesh speak Telugu.
Oh, Mommy speaks a little of that too.
Yeah. So Telugu, right? So the Chola kingdom.
So in each they speak different languages?
In each state they speak different languages. And this is Ponniyin Selvan is the story of the Chola kingdom that happened almost 1200 years ago.
Which state is the Chola kingdom?
The Chola kingdom was actually, all the way from here. They had all the way till here, somewhere till here, and they even had the Sri Lanka. And there are some countries here also. There are some countries, Singapore. They even had this. So it was pretty big empire.
Wow,
so
that's
they
like as big as the U.S. That's kind of as big.
But this is all ocean, right? This is all ocean.
Yeah.
This is all ocean. This is the country land. So
here all the way to
exactly.
here.
So if someone that's one major advantage for South India, because all these sites were surrounded by water, right? All the three sites.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
It's good and bad. I mean, this is the west side.
Oh yeah.
And this is the east side.
And then
this is the
north. And
this is the south.
Is that
right?
why it's called South India? It's in the south.
Exactly. And this is north, right?
Yeah.
So here, I think here the ocean is Bay of Bengal.
Bay of Bengal?
Yeah, this is called Bay of Bengal. This is
Bay
the
of
Bay of Bengal, and
Bengal.
this is Indian Ocean.
Oh yeah.
This is Indian Ocean, the south, and then this is Arabian Sea.
Oh, I think I've heard of that.
Right.
Yeah.
So what happened was Arabian Sea. So what happened was, because people can come to this place only through water, and in those days not many people figured out building great ships and building all the
What did they
transportation.
use to sail in?
They had ships, they had ships, but it wasn't like a very sophisticated ship.
Oh, like a small
what
canoe.
they have,
Like a
not small canoe, slightly bigger than that, but not the big
Oh,
ocean
like
liners they
not
have
like
today.
Not like the big one Christopher Columbus sailed in.
Yeah, you can say that. Okay.
Yeah.
So what happened was, because of that, nobody could attack this place so easily. The only way any external warriors or any external conquerors, right, the kings that want to occupy this land, that can come is only from the north.
Why?
Because that's the only way. Because that's the only way they can come. That's the land is only that way. There is no land here because it's all surrounded by water.
Oh, so it's kind of hard.
It's kind of hard
like
to come through the water.
The South
only
India,
way is
It's like the South India is protected.
Exactly.
With a shield of water.
Exactly. See, that was so, because the South India was well protected, there were so many cultures that thrived in this area really well.
What does that mean, thrive?
that means flourished. That means so many people lived here for a long time, more than 10,000 years.
Wow.
More than 10,000 years, people lived here for a long time. And imagine, if people managed to live here for 10,000 years, what and all inventions they could have come up with, or they would have come up with.
How great the South India would be.
Yeah, I mean, they had so many beautiful temples. They had some very innovative medical technology.
Like 1,000 years, and they could.
10,000 years, yeah.
10,000.
10,000 is a bigger number, right? It's a very big number.
Yeah.
So imagine, people somehow managed to survive for 10,000 years for such a long time. So they had their own, literary work.
So as I was saying, the water is like a shield.
Mhm.
No one can stop them. They won't have to go on that many wars. So they'll have lots more time to make temples and make the place more glorious and all that.
Exactly. That's what they did. So they spent time and they invented a lot of medical technology.
What is
Medical technology is new way called Ayurveda. So this is a medical technique. It's an Indian medicine. It's an Indian medical technique where they can transform
Is it like Tylenol and Motrin and all those?
Those are Western medicines, right?
Oh.
So they can transform. They had even techniques where they can transform an 80-year-old guy into a 40-year-old guy.
Oh my, wow.
So they had such technology, right?
That's cool.
So because all that was possible only because it was surrounded by water on all three sides.
And the shield was
protecting them, so they didn't have to go for wars, like you said.
Yeah.
Instead they spent all the time building temples,
and
learning about
the place more
glorious,
pretty and
but still, the story of Ponniyin Selvan is the story of the Chola kingdom, especially.
But did they still have to go on some wars? Because some people came from there.
Some people came from there, yes. Eventually what happened was, these people accumulated so much wealth in this area, and the rest of the world heard about all this story. Everybody talked about people from Spain, in fact, originally Columbus' intention was to discover India. That's why he started sailing. he wanted to come to India so he can get all this wealth, and also there was a lot of spices. There was a lot of spices they grew here, and they would barter that, or there was flourishing trade with Rome and trade with all other countries, Greece,
for other good things.
Exactly. So that's why this place was so special, and there was a lot of things going on.
And those people that wanted to sail here knew that they couldn't go around here, so did they come from the north, or did some of them try to come?
Some tried to come there also, but they all came late. I mean, then that's when first it was actually the Dutch people, the people from Netherlands came here, and that was Vasco da Gama. So he came here. That there was a guy from Netherlands came here, Vasco da Gama discovered, and then the British came, and then even before them there were Muslims that came and conquered India. So my point.
But they came from the north.
Yeah, everybody came through the land from north, but Vasco da Gama came through sea, came through the ocean.
Wait, so there's only ocean.
This is all blue in color. This is all blue in color. This is all water. This is all only water here. It's all only water. Yeah, there is only water. This is land. This is all only water.
There's no little.
Small islands are there. Very small islands. Yeah, but not many people live there. You cannot live there. Small islands are there, but they're very small, not big countries.
You could stay there for a couple of days.
Yeah, maybe. Something like that. Yeah, okay. So Ponniyin Selvan talks about the story of Rajaraja Chola.
It looks like they could live for a long time there, since there's like so much shielded water.
Yeah. You can that's why, but I mean eventually what happens, I mean if one set of people start dominating, then they abuse the system. That's what happens. That's what happens in every history, every civilization.
That happened to the U.S.?
U.S. also that will happen. I mean, U.S. is out of British, right? The U.S. is formed by a bunch of British people that got fed up with all the things that are happening in UK, and they said, hey, we are going to United Kingdom. They said, hey, we are going to just leave United Kingdom and go to the U.S. and settle down there, and then build a great country, and that's how U.S. was built. So in the 1800s, remember when you learn about this settlers that came down and lived where? Savannah, near that area, Georgia. So those people are people that came from the UK.
Oh.
But here, people lived here for a long time, and see, even though they lived in a small place, still they managed to sustain these cultures. For example, here people dress completely differently. People eat different type of food.
And
here people dress differently. Here people dress differently. They speak a different language.
They were all different. These states were all different.
Exactly. But in the U.S., right, where you live in Atlanta.
You said there's something called a melting pot?
Exactly.
Is that how the U.S. is? Like a melting pot?
Yes. See, the U.S. is a melting pot because people came from different countries. There are Germans that came from Germany to the U.S. There are people came from Poland to live in the U.S. People came from China. People came from Japan. People came from Brazil. People came from all places. All places.
All around that's the world, or some places they came together. That's why you call it a melting pot.
Yeah. So see, another reason why I wanted to tell you this story is so you understand. See, you are going to be a first generation Indian American, right?
Yeah,
so that means
because I'm born as an American, but I have a family with Indians.
Exactly. So what that means is you have to be you have to recognize that melting pot phenomenon. Basically, so you have to be culturally smart.
You're telling me the story so I can be friends or understand other cultures.
Exactly, that's very important because that's the type of
South India.
Yeah, South India, and also the more the technology, the way technology is connecting people, Facebook, YouTube, the people are you're going to work closely with somebody from China, somebody from Russia, somebody from Singapore, somebody from Australia. Yeah, I've worked with people like that. So when that happens, when you culturally understand people, when you have this cultural intelligence, it makes it so much easier to understand where they are coming from.
So to the Ponniyin Selvan story, what happened?
So Ponniyin Selvan story, what happens is, so this is how the story starts, right?
You told me at the time, Rajaraja Chola.
Yeah, see, at the time there was no these states. There was this one big area. There was no, all this happened, about 60, 70 years ago. There were no lines. This was called South India, one big area, and there were so many different kings that were ruling, right?
Yeah.
See, in those days, there were so many little provincial kings. Little kings are, small
Going
kings.
for a big
Hold on,
king.
let's check this.
Yeah.
How many minutes we have? 15 minutes. Okay, let's stop here and then we'll come back, record another one.